Hello everybody, I'm Garrett. You're watching 11 Bang Bang. Today we are shooting the Uberti Remington New Model Army. Not the 1858, Remington New Model Army. Let's get that straight right off the bat. Now, the Remington New Model Army did not come about in 1858. As a matter of fact, Remington wouldn't really enter the revolver market until 1861, although they did start working with the Beals revolver in the year of 1856. It would not be the same as what you think of the Remington New Model Army today. The Beals revolver was a pocket revolver and actually did not have the loading lever system that we know and love on the Remingtons now that would come along and be patented in 1858. The Remington Beals pocket revolver was a bit of a failure. It was not making any kind of splash. But in the year of 1861, with the Civil War coming on, actually already there, Remington would come out with their Remington Beals full-sized revolver. And it didn't take off once again. A year later, they would modify it and make it the Remington Old Model revolver. And then in the year of 1863, they would bring out the Remington New Model Army, which is what we are shooting a replica of today. And it would battle with the Colt 1860 Army for dominance. Remington was a baptism by fire. They started during the war and really didn't sell that many after the war. So it's all in that short area. It's a big rush. They're trying to get them out. The design is good. I'm not only shooting this Uberti today, I'm using Blackie's gun butter. What this is it's a mix that he's made up himself that works extremely well in cold weather. Now, it's not real cold today, but what he does with it is he runs it down the bore to keep the fouling soft. Now, I've done that already, and I'm going to actually add it to the top of the round ball for grease as well. We are shooting a 5.7 round ball, and I'm shooting about 30 grains of powder in each charge. Without further ado, let's load this Remington up and see how it does. I got a 15 grain measure on here. So with my finger pressure on it, I'm probably actually throwing between two of these about 28 grains, 28 to 30 grains. Now, if this was competition shooting, I would be a little more particular about how much was going in there and wouldn't use that flash measure. But this is not. This is just loading, and as you can see, that was a 4.57 round ball. They work really good in Ubertis. Don't work so good in Piettas. Usually you need a 4.52 or somewhere in there for a Pietta because they tend to have a smaller chamber. But anyway, I'm going to do that 5 more times. By the way, this is not necessarily, Blackie has told me, it's not necessarily a bullet lube, this gun butter, although it is working like that. It's actually, what he uses it for mostly is to run down the barrel on a patch before you start, and it keeps the fouling soft. But I'm using it as a round ball lube, and it seems to be working pretty good. Alright, so this is my first time shooting this revolver. I've had 3 before it. All of them were Piettas, and I had 1 Navy Arms. This is a little bit different. This is the Uberti. We are lubed up with Blackie's boar butter, and we are going to take a shot at what's roughly 12 yards here. Like I said, first time using this gun. I'm going to test the CCI number 11s because I prefer to use them because they're just more readily available. If we have a misfire, a cap falls off or something, we will switch down to Remington number 10s or CCI number 10s, but these days that's a last resort if I can help it. All right, so about 12 yards here. I'm going to aim at the lower portion of the targets because I assume, like most cap and ball revolvers, going to shoot high. Aiming right in the lower white. Interesting. Must be setting the caps even though I already set them. Failure to fire. That's just kind of a problem that can happen with any cap and ball revolver. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Nope, didn't dry baller. All right, so for some odd reason there, could be, I don't know what it was, but I had to it took 3 caps to set that one off. If I had been shooting this gun and like I normally shoot cap and ball revolvers without any lube, like a lot of people did historically, right now this would be stiff. We are still free as the day is long using that boar butter. Now, it's not boar butter, Blackie's gun butter. Now I will say this stuff is set to work in cold weather. That's what he told me. And it's a little warm today, so it's a little bit melty. But you know, all in all, it is keeping the gun running thus far. Let's see how well it works in the future. Let's go take a look at our target. All right, so here's what we got at 12 yards. Not bad at all. I was aiming right here for this square, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them right here. This was my first shot. I was aiming a little higher, wasn't exactly sure where it was gonna hit. I don't really count that. Got these 4 here. That was a flyer. That was me. That was the last shot. And funny thing is, we got some shrapnel down here. I don't know, that might be remnants of the rings that were shaved off. All in all, the Uberti new model Army shoots pretty good. All right, here we go. Cylinder number 2 using Blackie's gun butter and CCI number 10 caps. Go out to, well, I was gonna go out to longer range, but yep, I believe that's it. Now let's see, cylinder number 2. Loose as a goose. Man, this Uberti is shooting better than any of the Pieta replica new model Army Remingtons that I have ever owned. All right, let's go out here 15 yards to the rail, see if we can knock over a few targets. And not if we flinch like that, we won't. High. Is that high or low? All right. There we go. Overcompensating, I was aiming too low. To the right. There we go. Let's see, we got one more shot here. I'm gonna go out here to 30 yards. See if I can't hit the 30 yard goal. It's actually more like 40 nowadays. And I believe at this point, yep, 4 cylinders in. We just barely got sticky there, but I pulled it through and we're rolling again. All right, guys, so that's all we have today for the Remington new model Army reproduction by Uberti. I have to say, out of all the reproductions I've shot thus far, this particular one in my hand is my favorite. It shot the best for me. And as far as Blackie's gun butter goes, you know, I had a little bit, well, I realized I had a little bit of a tight spot there after that last round. I realized there was a piece of cap in there. Remingtons can cap jam too, guys. But there was a piece of cap right down in there, but no cleaning, no nothing. Spins just like it was, you know. And I have used the beeswax and lamb's tallow and everything like that. Let me tell you this, when you get into 5 cylinders like we've just done, they don't spin that good. And I think I can attribute that to Blackie's gun butter. I will leave a link down in the description where you can find some if you want it. Like I said, he has different gun butters. He's coming out with several different ones. He told me this particular gun butter is too loose. It's not meant for lubing black powder cartridges. I believe he designed it literally for lubing the barrel of a muzzleloading rifle. But it works really good here. We don't have any leading in the barrel, hardly any fouling. And by the way, that was homemade powder we were using. And just free as can be, guys. As always, trust in God, keep your powder dry. Bye.